The fact is, if you message a director and say you want to become an actor, the chances are always very slim of you getting a feedback. Why? Because their DMs are filled up with similar messages. Everybody is saying, help me out, I want to become an actor. Let me tell you, in Nigeria alone, there are millions of talented young people who have the passion for acting. So you're not just the only talented person. There are a lot of people who are even more talented than you. For you to be able to get this opportunity, it means that you must position yourself differently. You must have to position yourself in a unique way. Let me tell you a strategy that is better than sending DM of help me, help me, help me, help me. This is a strategy. Now, let's say Auntie Funke releases a new film at the cinema or on YouTube. And you as an actor, you've watched that film, because I'm going to talk about how you should, see movies as an actor. You can't see movies like normal people. People watch movies for entertainment, but you at this stage, you shouldn't be watching or seeing movies for entertainment purpose. When you're watching a film, you should be with your notebook. You should be noting down some of. I'm going to talk about this later. So let's say you've watched the film, you've been able to identify some very key and unique perspective about that film. Now, when actors post or release their stuff on YouTube or on Netflix, any platform, they usually post on Instagram. Yeah, on Instagram most of the time. That's why if you as an actor or an aspiring actor, you don't have an Instagram page, I don't even take you serious, because for me, you're not ready. Except you are below 18 years. If you are below 18 years, then probably you have to have an account that is being managed by your parents. Yeah, that works. So, because your parents have to be aligned. For those who are 18 years, your parents have to understand your vision. They have to support you as an actor. So even if you are underage, your parents can always manage your page for you. That is just by the wayside. So you go to Instagram, you've seen that Auntie Funke has made a post about the film she just released, and you've seen the film yourself. You're going to see a lot of thousands of comments, people saying, well, this is a very nice movie, I love this, a lot of emojis and stuff like that. Now, imagine you being a young actor. I don't want to use the word aspiring actor, because the moment you start making monologues, you are no longer an aspiring actor, you are now an actor. So wherever you go to, you introduce yourself as an actor. So you could say, introduce yourself, you'd be like, my name is Cynthia and I'm a 300 level nursing student and I'm also an actor. Yes, because why? You have done monologues. It doesn't mean you've not been featured in a film that had 1 million views. That doesn't make you an actor. No, really, you start making monologues, you say, I'm an actor. And after the events, wherever you have, someone will always approach you at the end of the whole thing. I'm like, wow, I heard you when you were introducing yourself as an actor. Myself, I'm also an actor too. I've been able to do this, do that, and that is how the whole networking starts. And you guys could be like, okay, let's meet up later and maybe do 1 or 2 things together, and opportunities can come from there. So that's why I don't even want you to refer to yourself as an aspiring actor. So back to the point I was making. You go to the Instagram comments, then you start with something like, wow, this movie was inspiring. I love how Tunde was able to bring emotion to his character, because your comments must not spoil the film. Nobody wants you to drop a comment that actually reveals the plots of the movie. No, you don't have to do that. So you could be like, I love how Tunde was able to bring out emotion in his character, how he was able to do this and that, and I like the set design. I love the uniqueness of this film in so and so way. That is you being specific, because while you were watching the film, you were watching it as an actor, so you were able to note down some certain things. Now, the comments looks like a kind of over sabiness. Nobody sent you to start writing episodes. Just write your short stuff and go. But you being an oversabi, let me use the word oversabi, it positions you differently. Now let me tell you, if Auntie Funke, for one reason or the other, unfortunately sees that comment, she would definitely appreciate that comment because she knows the effort that was made to make that film. So some of these subtle things that are being done, a lot of random people don't get to identify it. So you that is an actor, you are able to identify this and you're able to state it. She will always appreciate your perspective, and definitely she would want to like, oh, let me even see the person that is making this, that made this comment. And that is where she gets to go to your profile, and because curiosity will always kick in, because everybody will be impressed with your comment. Curiosity will kick in and the person will be like, okay, let me even see it. And when they go to your profile, they see that, oh, this person is just coming up, he has a headshot, he has some monologues. She'll like, nice, this person. She's not going to contact you, she's not going to call you, come and feature in a movie or with her or something like that. It's never going to happen like that. But then you establish something which is recognition, and that sets you apart. If you do this because you are trying to impress the filmmaker, you will get tired because you're not going to like get a direct result from doing any of these. So it's not like, oh, by the time you do 3 or 4 of these comments, you start getting roles in Nollywood. It's not going to work. It's something you have to genuinely practice because you are an actor. Always provide genuine perspective to every films you watch on, when you are trying to, post a comment, because you have to be very active in some ways online in order to, communicate with established directors. That aside, when you continue doing all of these things, it gets to a point where one day you could slide into the DM and be like, good day, ma, I am been inspired by how you make your films. I like this and that. It could even be an actor, not even like a director. You could even go to an actor's page and slide into their DM of like, good afternoon, Madam Onyinye. I love your role in What to Become. That is the name of the film, for example, What to Become. I love your role in What to Become. I like how you were able to pour out emotion. It felt so real. It felt like this and that, and oh my God, your costume was excellent. Oh, kudos to the people that were in charge of your costume and stuff like that. Now, let me tell you, do you think if Auntie Onyinye sees your comment, she won't be impressed? She would definitely be impressed, and she would definitely want to see your profile. And if it's something she has seen before, she'll be like, this person is really, she really want to establish connection, because you're actually doing genuine networking. You are not just saying, feature me in your film, I want to act, what random people do. You are actually positioning yourself differently. This is how you should position yourself as an actor, and how to communicate with directors, with producers, and with established actors.